With Aldous and Nana getting new squad skins, to Abyssal skins returning back, also with Aurora getting a revamp, we have loads to share in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we are here to talk about all the changes and new assets that the patch note 1.8.24 came up with. Moving on to hero adjustments. Aurora received a revamp. There are many changes made to her skills, as well as appearance. Check out the video tagged in the top right corner for an in-depth analysis. Argus is undergoing a complex set of changes to refine his skill set and overall combat experience. His passive is buffed. The extra physical damage has been simplified to 100% of total physical attack, removing the fixed 155 point value. Additionally, a new effect allows Argus's extra attacks to ignore 50% of the target's physical defense. The skill recharge logic has also been reworked. Instead of recharging based on the damage dealt, it now recharges every second and also on every basic attack, with critical hits granting extra recharge. Skill 1 has seen some tweaking in terms of mobility. While the dash distance when used again has been slightly reduced, the speed of his second dash has been increased. His skill 2 is nerfed. Argus's skill 2 has lost its ability to deal curse damage. The meteoric sword damage now counts as basic attack damage and can trigger attack effects. Furthermore, the attack interval of the meteoric sword now decreases as attack speed increases. Argus's basic attacks against a cursed target will now grant double malice energy charging speed. The drawback is that the curse no longer deals damage. The third skill has been adjusted to focus more on malice energy. Argus now passively increases the charging speed of the malice energy, a benefit balanced by the removal of the permanent physical attack gains, which ranged from 10 to 30. Yi Sunshin is receiving a series of adjustments. Vice's passive has been completely revamped. The longbow's basic attack now adds battle scars to targets, stackable up to 4 times. Meanwhile, the glaive's basic attack can consume these battle scars to amplify its damage. Skill 1 has an adjustment cooldown reduction mechanic. Each stack of battle scar consumed reduces this skill's cooldown by 1 second.
Only by facing the enemy can one know his true self.
The slash component of skill 2 has been removed. The arrow damage has been increased from 250 points to a range of 240 to 390 points, affecting both early and late game. Additionally, the damage scaling has been expanded from a flat 80% to a range of 80% to 130% of total physical attack. This skill can now add battle scars to the target, with the number of stacks added scaling with the charging time. Skill 3 can now also add battle scars to the target. These experimental adjustments aim to streamline Vice's gameplay, focusing on the interaction between his basic attacks and skills. Chang'e got some adjustment. The damage increase effect has been removed from her passive. Instead, it now slows down the target by 1% for each stack.
Not so high. Don't you are making me
Skill 1 is adjusted. The damage for Skill 1 has been increased by 50 points in both early and late game, along with an increase of 10% in magic power scaling. The slow effect, however, has been reduced from 20% to 10%. Skill 2 is buffed. The extra physical attack bonus has seen a significant increase of 20%. Her ultimate is buffed. The damage for the ultimate has been buffed by 10 points in both early and late game stages, and the magic power scaling has been increased by 3%. Balman is getting an overall buff to optimize his control experience and make his combos smoother. His skill 2 is buffed with several new features. This skill will now be uninterruptible by control abilities except for airborne effects. You will gain a 20% movement speed bonus during this skill cast. Although the base damage and scaling are halved, the hit rate is doubled, keeping the total damage the same. Next, his ultimate skill 3 also gets some love. The skill range is increased, helping you to land those crucial blows more reliably. New visual effects make it easier to track the skill. Plus, it won't be interrupted by crowd control effects anymore, making it even more devastating in team fights.
We will pay them back 10 times.
Moskov is getting nerf. Physical attack growth is reduced from 15.5 to 12.5. HP growth is reduced from 143 to 128. His basic attack got slightly buff. Force swing time slightly shortened for smoother attacks. Now while attacks you may feel smoother, but the reduced force swing doesn't compensate for other nerfs. His skill 1 is nerfed. His attack speed bonus reduced by 0.05 points in the late game. Now it's 1.35. His ultimate got nerfed too. Base damage reduced to 160 in the early game and 200 in the late game. Penetrating damage reduced to 1.1 times base damage. It's a significant damage reduction. Now player will need to be more cautious when using the ultimate for high impact plays. Well is adjusted. The main focus here is on gameplay optimization and effect enhancements. His skill 1 gets a nerf. The remaining whirlwind duration is reduced from 2 seconds to 1.6 seconds, though the total damage output remains unchanged. The skill will be quicker, meaning opponent have less time to escape, but will still take the same amount of damage. Skill 3 receives a buff. A new effect has been added that will continuously deal a small amount of damage to enemies within the windstorm range. Additionally, the duration of the windstorm has been slightly reduced from 2 seconds to 1.65 seconds. This makes the skill more effective for crowd control and zoning. Aldous is getting a buff. His skill 1 gets a significant buff. The Soul Steel upper limit has been increased from 500 to 800. This change is designed to boost Aldous' stake building capability and make him more formidable in the late game. On the flip side, his ultimate receives a nerf. The damage has been adjusted from 400 to 600 plus 10% of target's maximum HP to 250 to 400 plus 8% of target's maximum HP. Masha is getting a buff. Her basic attack speed is increased from 95% to 103%. Attack speed growth is introduced at 3%. Her skill 1 got adjusted. Attack speed increase is uniformly set to 50%. Cooldown is standardized to 10 seconds from 12 to 9 seconds. Khalid is adjusted. His skill 1 base damage is increased by 20 points in the early game and 45 points in the late game with an increase of 10% total physical attack. Removed effect of 15% damage increase per hit. Damage on minions increased from flat 50% to a range of 50% to 75%. Selena received a mixed bag of changes. Her passive is nerfed. Basic attack in abyssal form will no longer detonate the abyssal mark. Her ultimate is buffed. Movement speed boost range is widened from 30% to 45% to 20% to 50%, but the cooldown has been increased from 4.5 seconds to 5 seconds. Dairo undergoes several adjustments aimed at balancing his gameplay experience. His passive is buffed. Base damage has been increased from 120% to 130% of total physical attack. His skill 1 is nerfed. The cooldown for his skill 1 has been slightly increased. His skill 2 sees a adjustment. Both damage and cooldown have been slightly increased. Ixia faces several nerfs. Her attributes are nerfed. Physical attack growth has been reduced from 10 to 7. Passive sees a nerf. The Siphon Stallium damage growth feature has been entirely removed from her level upgrades. Rafaela is buffed. Her skill 2 is buffed. Her skill 2 base movement speed bonus reduced from 30% to 15%. Magic power bonus is enhanced, now gains 1% extra movement speed for every 15 magic power. Joy gets some significant nerfs. Skill 2 cooldown now changed to a fixed 6 seconds at all levels. This change aims to limit Joy's ability to spam her skill 2, especially in the late game when equipped with the cooldown reduction items. Her ultimate is getting enough. Her ultimate cooldown now fixed at 24 seconds at all levels. Minimum damage after decay is reduced from 55% to 40%. Mathilda receives nerfs to both her skill 2 and ultimate. Her skill 2 is getting enough. Duration of ally movement speed boost reduced from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds. Her ultimate also getting enough. Wisp damage is reduced from 60 to 70 to 40 to 60. And cooldown is increased from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Florine is getting a buff. Her passive damage is modified to 60 plus 6% target maximum HP. Alucard sees a nerf to his skill 2. Cooldown of his skill 2 is increased from 5 to 3 seconds to 6 to 4 seconds. Moving on to battlefield adjustments. Twilight armor has been adjusted. Its unique passive Immortal has undergone some changes. The triggering condition has been modified from taking more than 600 damage with a single hit to taking more than 800 damage with a single hit. Lightning Truncheon is buffed. Its unique passive Resonate now increases movement speed by 20% for 2 seconds when the damage is triggered. Developers have improved auto pursuit after kills. The default battle setup and skill description for Lunox have been refined for better clarity and performance. Moving on to drafting changes. There is a new feature added, a pre-selection step allowing players to communicate with their teammates before finalizing position choices. Now both sides will ban heroes at the same time. Each side can ban up to 5 heroes, making a total of 10 banned heroes for the match. There are now quick chat options specifically for the position selecting phases. If you pick the jungle position, Retrieve will automatically be equipped. You can now like the performance shared by teammates. Mia's Mastery Code story has been updated. Let's move on to weekly free heroes. Here are the weekly free heroes from September 29 to November 6th. Here are the extra free heroes for Starlight members. Let's move on to bug fixes. The bug where Hero Lock-on mod wouldn't work properly has been fixed. Moving to the survey section. First, we have a new squad called Hyperdimensional Totem. Its first member is Badang. Just look at him. Doesn't he look like he came straight from Wakanda? His shoulder armor looks like King Kong. It seems like ancient relics chants through his arms. The goggles are a nice touch to the design. His totem is probably the gorilla. The second member is Esmeralda. Her eyes are the first thing that catches your sight. The overall design looks ancient. And those marks make me think her totem is leopard. I like the different colors in her design. The last member is Carrie. Just look at her hairstyle. Her cloak looks like feathers. So her totem is a bird, maybe an eagle. Those weapons seems ready to destroy anyone who comes in front. Even her claws are ready to tear you apart. Secondly, we have Moscow Epic or Collector Skin Survey. Is that a dragon over his shoulder? Damn, it looks cool. His horns feel like he came straight from hell. And that spear is just lit. That sparking thunder complements the skin very well. Moving to others. Abyssal skins are set for resale with a new name called Abyssal Wings. 1111 artwork is also updated now. And here's the new emote for 11. Here's the emote of the upcoming Angela annual Starlight skin. And here is its avatar border. These will be the borders which will be included in the M5 rewards. And here's the emote of M5. Moving on, we have a new squad skin coming for Aldous and Nana, and it will be called the Mistbenders. This will be their emote. And lastly, here's the avatar border. So are you guys excited for Mistbenders? Is the Aurora Revamp worth it? Share your opinions in the comment section. That will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.